It's episode 1216 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Wes has freakouts, presidential assassination attempts, more Bud Light, and more Catholic priests in the coffee. So playing the hits.
That's right. We're going to go down the hits. Yeah, it's a good one. I think you'll enjoy.
Play Brown Eyed Girl.
Right. They're the hits. It's not every day you get all those together. So that's
right. That's right.
Play Freebird.
That's a stacked cup of Joe.
Yeah.
Mark has a quick update on a previous Which One's Worse, and also a man who thinks that he's cracked the code of immortality on deck.
That's right. This guy thinks he can take on Father Time. And spoiler alert on the update on Which One's Worse. It didn't get better.
Got worse. Okay.
Yeah, probably
so did it already win?
Or confirmed? Yeah, I think it did win the Which One's Worse 3-1. But yeah, what was assumed was confirmed. We'll get to it. Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait. Before I tell you what I've got, live internet comments real quick. Dave Storm says, let's do this. So watch it at youtube.com/hardfactornews. You can watch it live also on Twitch. We tape at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday. If you want to watch us tape live. Also, Robert White says the three wise men. That's right. It's Mark, West, and Will tonight. Pat is at the beach. So
and he can't get Kate pregnant because she's already pregnant. Otherwise, he'd be getting her pregnant at the beach.
Otherwise, yeah, you could set your watch to it.
Yeah.
And then I've got a small town election focus that I think you guys are really going to enjoy to bat us home today.
I love small town election stories.
Yeah, you're really. This takes the New Jersey pasta to like the next level.
Yeah, you can get sleazier in local, like with the ads and stuff. You can get so much sleazier than national. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It gets sleazy.
We
really should create a local ad for somebody. I mean,
we've been talking about it for years.
I know.
Fake ones and real ones. Yeah.
We need to talk to our friend Casey again, right? He's the guy who knows how to get into that. So we gotta.
Yeah, right, because you're allowed to you're not allowed to make stuff up completely, but you're allowed to take people's things from the past and just fucking blast them for it. Like in these, really lean into it.
And this isn't even ads. This is real life shit. But yeah, we need to do the ads too.
Yeah. Nice.
No womb is safe.
No womb is safe at the beach.
Internet commenters are popping off today. Thanks, Bill.
Update. I went and had my physical today, and I got all prepped up for doc.
Did you take your shoes off before weighing yourself to give yourself a few pounds?
I took everything out. I took my hat off. I took my glasses out of
emptied the pockets.
I emptied everything.
30 seconds.
It was like I was going to a strip club.
It's just the pocket weight. But let me get it out real quick.
I wore no athletic shorts. No, because I figured the doc was gonna touch my penis again, and I was expecting that. So
make it easy for him.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a nice environment,
easy access. I showered and I sprayed myself with cologne. I was like a schoolgirl just sitting there primed for the taking on the examination table. And then at the end he's like, well, I think that's about it. You basically just have to lose a shit ton of weight, and I'll put you on some diabetes medication. He's like, is there anything else? And I was like, well, I was like waiting for him to, be like, all right, stand up, drop trowel, let me check out your dick. And he never did it. I think I fatted out. I think I'm too fat for my doctor now. I think he just didn't even want to see what was doing. I think
that's a half-assed job.
I think he was disgusted with me, to be frank.
Or you just old enough that you probably don't have testicular cancer.
I don't know. How old
is that? How that
it's
works?
Usually 18 to 40 is the vast majority of testicular cancer.
Oh, you've aged out of
I think you're just too old for testicles.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes
your
me feel a little
butt.
better.
It goes from testicles to butt when you get older.
Okay, so
he was grossed out by me.
No, it wasn't a slight to you.
I don't think so. Let me see. Testicular cancer is most common up to 34. So I think maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you aged out. Actually, it's weird that he was touching him after 34, Wes. So
that's why I got all ready.
You can still get it up to 55.
He's like, I've touched those enough. Those are perfect.
Yeah. I know what that looks like. Oh, you again. No, I don't need to see that thing again. So yeah, but everything's okay except
Did you ask? Were you like, Are you sure you don't need to see it?
No, but he left the door open for me. He did leave the door open for me. He was like, anything else? And I was like, if I asked for him to like look at my penis now, this is going to be really weird.
Well, you would have to have an excuse. You'd have to say like, hey, I got this thing.
Right. Yeah.
And if you don't have that,
I didn't need him to look at my penis, but I felt
maybe he assumed you did the exact opposite, and you smelled down there because if you're,
But I look like I smell down there.
Right, but he didn't know all the effort you put in. It looks like you should get checked up until like 50, 55, and then only like 5% of cases after 55, but you're still kind of in the danger zone. He should have touched him.
Yeah.
He should have touched him.
Should have rolled him around in his hand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So now I was really deflated when I walked out of that office.
Oh. Yeah.
Sorry.
You can change doctors or what?
And did you get Ozempic or no?
What? No.
You didn't even get Ozempic, did you?
No. He was like, it won't. Insurance won't cover it. And it'll cost you like $1,400.
People.
I was like, yeah, fuck that. And he's like, and new reports are coming out that everyone gains their weight back. So I was like, yeah, just give me some.
That's why you have to stay on it forever.
But when you're on it, it's sexy.
When you're on it, it's good. But he gave me like this, like the oldest. It's called metformin. Like it's like the diabetes medicine.
That's like over the counter, right?
Yeah, it's really
good for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think it's over the counter.
They give you Flintstone vitamins.
I think it might be. Well,
slap in the ass.
You're supposed to take that and resveratrol, the thing that's in grapes. Those are supposed to be good for everybody.
He's like, why don't you go on a few walks and eat a salad and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, maybe I'll touch your dick next time.
Yeah, lose 30 pounds and I'll touch your dick.
Yeah,
fun fact.
Worked for.
Yeah. Fun fact: every 20 pounds you lose, you gain an inch of hard cock.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
I'm feeling those. I'm feeling that right now. Let me tell you.
He's like, I am. He goes, I am touching your dick when he has your finger up your ass.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even want to do. I probably won't be able to get a good hold on that thing right now. Anyway, you guys ready for the news?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah, enough about my no dick touch.
We needed the update though.
Yeah.
If you want to hear the original analysis of Wes's doctor, you got to be a patron. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. It's fantastic.
He asked me what the podcast was. Hopefully he doesn't listen. So.
Oh, that's always a risk.
Now
he won't. Okay. Well, if he does, I don't care. All right, cup of coffee in the big time. First up, joke of the day, and the joke of the day is Ron DeSantis's demeanor in public. Holy shit. I had no idea what a fucking weird dude Ron DeSantis is.
He gets photographed. If you haven't been following it, people always catch him in photographs making ridiculous horse laughs. Like he laughs like this, like ha 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 ha.
Oh, you're gonna.
And he always gets photographed like that. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
I got one to show you, Mark.
You got to see the photographs. It's insane.
So
the first like a woodchuck.
Like he's getting tickled.
No, like he's in it's insane the way he laughs. I mean, I've seen some bad laughs in my day, and this one might take the cake. So he was in Iowa, and he was at a car show, just schmoozing with the people of Iowa, trying to get their vote before he announces his official blah blah blah. First off, he's got this thing where he wipes his nose aggressively all the time, and on this clip, he wipes his nose.
I'm a nose itcher.
Yeah, but he gets his whole hand up in there, and then he wipes his snot on this poor bastard's shirt. And yeah, I'll just gonna show you the clip. It's a combination of snot wipe, maniacal laugh, and then being extremely awkward in a restaurant when he's like supposed to be like a man of the people. Here it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, don't back down.
There's the wipe, and then there.
That was like a sweat.
There's the pat.
Not appropriate.
Look at the guy notices.
Oh no! Oh no! He's like Papa John's. He's like drunk Papa John.
The laugh is crazy.
The new Watergate.
Close your mouth.
But I have to put it to you.
How are you doing? Good, sir. Wow, look at this. You guys been hi. How are you guys? Good to see you. So what do you got? Go right over here? Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Wow. Crowded, huh?
Good.
Is it a restaurant or something?
Restaurant.
It smells really good, I'll tell you that. So we'll do it. Okay. Hey, Ron. How you doing? Good. What's your name?
I'm Tim Hampton.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's great to be up in New Hampshire.
I mean, this is pretty normal for a politician. Politicians walk around. That was really normal. The last one was super normal. His laugh, though.
The laugh was the other thing that was crazy.
Out of control.
Yeah.
It's he needs to get a handle on that because, dude, he's definitely going to not lose voters just over the laugh. The laugh is weird.
He's just a strange guy.
He's just aggressive. He's like, "Are we going over here? We're going over here." And he makes eye contact and stuff. Everything like that is,
all the comments are like he just learned how to be human yesterday. Like that's kind of
dude, politicians. I mean, spend any time around a politician like that, and they're all pretty nuts. Kind of, it seems like like in terms of the way they interact with people, but. I mean,
I see the alien vibe.
I mean, Barack Obama wasn't weird like that. He was pretty personable.
He was smooth.
Bill Clinton was personable.
He was definitely those were the smoothest recently.
George Bush
was pretty personable.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't smooth, but personable for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't have to be a fucking weirdo like these guys. Jesus Christ.
No, well, but I mean, the thing about DeSantis, weird laugh is going against oldest two of all time and least like of all time. So I mean, weird laugh is in a great spot.
We've got three crazy candidates in the front right now. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, and it's also good for the people in the back. Like Haley and Scott have to be thinking like, wow, maybe we actually have a shot because the top of the field is a bunch of just morons,
crazy people. Yeah, I listened to a Tim Scott interview this morning on my way back from the doctor's office. I like Tim Scott. I think he's I like the way he presents.
Everybody
himself.
does.
Yeah, I mean
could it be a thing where people actually just like him and then he could get elected, or is it a thing where everybody just likes him but won't vote for him?
That's the thing where everyone likes him and won't vote for him.
It's the latter.
I think it's the latter, right?
Yeah.
It's like that sports team you everyone likes but always is they're not going to win the championship. They're just like you hope.
He's like the Trailblazers.
Hope they get into the wild card spot.
Yeah, he's like the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah,
like everybody loves him.
Everyone roots for him.
But nobody's going to root him to the title. It seems like
you want to also take bits and pieces of him and put him in the guy who's going to win.
Oh yeah. A lot of people say he will be going for a Veep spot, and that's why maybe he announced when he did. Also, live commenter Bill says that's definitely cocaine. I was thinking uppers too. When I saw
in
the video.
Florida, where's he going to get his hands on that?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't want to say it, but it was live commenter Bill that said it, and so it's out there.
I mean, you can't not do cocaine in Florida. Trust me.
Yeah.
So.
It is.
Yeah.
The dish of the day.
Yeah. It's the special.
The catch of the day.
When you turn it down in Florida. They're like, why'd you come?
Kilo.
What are you doing here then?
Anyway, all right, let's move on. First up in news, great news for Bud Light drinkers. Those of you that haven't been swayed by, being seen drinking a gay beer or woke beer, whatever bullshit you want to hide behind why you stopped drinking it. It was because there's a transgender guy. This Memorial Day, Bud Light.
I think at first some people started not drinking it because of that, and then everybody stopped drinking it because of the bullshit.
Now it's peer pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like peer pressure is such a thing. Like you talk about Bud Light, you can't get caught with it now just out of peer pressure.
Right. Because it's just nobody's drinking it on nobody at all. So.
It's almost like if you're in a room of 10 people and you're drinking Bud Light, you can expect a couple comments, maybe on either side of the aisle, like from people when you just want to have the Bud Light, not talk about it either way.
I look at people differently now when they're drinking Bud Light.
You don't want to have a discussion about why you selected a Bud Light.
Like you just want to drink
fucking weirdo.
You just want to drink 17 Bud Lights and you don't want to talk about so that's why no one's drinking Bud Light anymore, because they know that they're gonna have
I don't even give a fuck, and I
defend themselves or
you just don't want to have a conversation about why you chose to drink.
Defend your beer.
No, that's what's happened with Bud Light.
Can't have a good time defending your beer all the time.
No,
it's an automatic convection starter if you have one. So
okay,
I mean, it's also fun too. You could make it fun.
Yeah. I saw. I was so happy. I think I sent the video in the Discord, which by the way, patreon.com/hardfactor. You can get all this kind of extra bonus content we send back and forth between each other. Stuff you'll never see on the show. But I sent a video of this of the Mexican guy, and he was a Sunday, and he had his bike, his mountain bike, like many of them use for transportation, and he had a 18-pack of Budweiser, and he was just rolling down the street, Texas, didn't give a fuck. And I was like, that guy is the fucking man. Yeah, he was big smile on his face, going back to the house to drink 18 Budweisers.
That's one of the most joyous scenes is when you see somebody biking with a case of beer.
It was like put me in such a good mood.
Because they can't drive.
Yeah.
And they still are going to the store.
Yeah. And it's not it might not even be a responsible choice. It might have been the state that told them they can't drive.
Oh, definitely not.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, some people that just get here, they don't have a car or whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. Those
for sure, not all the time, but also you do see like a beach cruiser, like a 60-year-old white guy on a beach cruiser.
Yeah, with rednecks do it. I mean, all the time. Yeah,
I love.
It's like the Kirkstone is. It's like stuffed in between the handlebars. So the handlebars are placed in between the handle.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just, so it's like dangling.
Perfect setup. Yeah. I love a just got off work convenience store beer purchase, witnessing it. It's just, it's glorious.
It is.
The mood is good.
It still delights me too. And I'm like, don't even drink anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, this Memorial Day, if you are still drinking Bud Light, I guess Bud Light has to get rid of a bunch of their fucking beer. They're actually buying back a lot of their beer from wholesalers. But obviously, before all this happened, before this happened, they were cranking it out like they were still number one. And then this thing blew up. So they've got all this inventory just sitting there.
Every store in America has a rack for Bud Light, and they're not selling. And they're
and their warehouses are full.
Yeah.
You guys go to stores and you've seen the Bud Light sections. I don't think there's ever a single case or can taken from any of them at this point. I went into my 7-Eleven the other day and I saw that a Bud Light 12-pack had been taken. I was shocked because you never see it. You just never see it these days.
I bought Bud Light for not the most recent trivia, but for one, I think it was like the one event for Hard Factor, maybe the merch line, but that doesn't timeline that up. After the Dylan Mulvaney thing, I bought Bud Light, and I was just like, I don't care. But I also don't buy beer that much anymore. I usually get like wine or liquor or even seltzers, unfortunately. But but I mean,
delicious.
I don't really. I would buy Bud Light if I was buying cheap beer, but I don't like cheap beer. I would get like nicer beer if anything.
Right. Yeah. And also the funny part about Bud Light is it's $1 more expensive in a lot of places than the other light beers.
Wow. That's not going to work out.
Well,
they're just totally boned.
So this is what this is all about. So obviously they have got a lot of stockpile. They've got warehouses full of this shit they can't move. So for Memorial Day, they're basically giving you free beer if you're willing to drink Bud Light and be seen out in the picnic with a Bud Light in your hand.
That is awesome.
Yeah, which is risky. So what it is
you're willing to get a broken jaw potentially.
Yeah, free beer with a broken jaw. Yeah. So here it is on their website. It's make your Memorial Day weekend easier to enjoy, and you get $15 rebate if you buy a 15-pack or more, and that's from now through May 31st. If you buy any, I guess it's Bud Light, Budweiser Select, or Budweiser Select 55, anything 15-pack or more, you get a $15 rebate. And that's if 15-pack is, they New York Post said it's $12.99 on Target's website.
Basically free in some states.
Yeah, basically free. So you can get one submission made between May 17th and May 23rd, and another between May 24th and May 31st. So you can do it twice. You just got to go to the Bud Light website.
I might do this. You go to the website and do it. It's a free case of beer.
Yeah, it's a prepaid card they give you, I guess. So it's like it's like a Visa card, but it's still you can spend the money. I mean,
you have to show up in heels to buy it.
Dude, I'll drink those stale ass Bud Lights for free. I don't care.
Interrupt the show for a live internet comment. Yeah. John Grenier says the Herndon gas station always has a case or two missing of Bud Light.
That's good. It's good to see that Herndon just doesn't care. They're still drinking.
Shout out Herndon. It's our hometown.
Herndon. That's right. Okay, moving on from Bud Light. Got a good meltdown for you guys today. This I thought I had a picture of her. Her name is Shelly Ann Rodriguez. You'll see her in the video in a second. She's an artist and educator whose website says she's an artist and an educator, writer, and community organizer based in the Bronx. Her practice utilizes text, drawing, painting, collage, and sculpture to depict spaces and subjects engaged in strategies of survival against erasure and subjugation. And so here is... Okay. Yeah, here's her website.
What are you talking about?
It sounds intense.
It is intense. She's, I thought it...
that was a lot of descriptive words of like how like a righteous person.
She's a very righteous person. She's also suing the NYPD for an altercation she had during the George Floyd protests. So she's an activist, right? And she's also adjunct professor at Hunter College. Here's her website. Here's kind of an idea of what kind of work she does.
Art.
Not very. I mean, it's better than what I could do, but I wouldn't. I mean, I guess she's an artist.
Yeah, but do you get any art? I don't.
I get art.
For the most part, I don't really get art.
I get art.
You're a photographer, I guess.
I mean, if it looks cool, I like it.
I feel like 99% of it's like, oh yes, I have to agree with you because you're the experts and everyone's saying it's good art. Yes.
A lot of it, like a fucking like circle or something. Yeah,
right.
that's just
like
stupid.
Actual realistic paintings or landscapes. You have to have some talent, but all of the new age shit, I'm like, this is just it's the emperor with no clothes on. Everyone's saying it's cool.
Right. Well, I mean, I like Jackson Pollock and like abstract art and shit like that because it looks cool.
You know
anyway,
what else do? I would be interested.
Huh? Anyway,
like,
so
I don't know. I feel like art
she's an adjunct professor at Hunter College in New York City. And if you don't know what adjunct means, it means she's part-time. She's not really, she's just contracted short-term. I had no idea what adjunct. I've heard it forever. Anyway, she's making national news after she lost her mind on some pro-life advocates who set up a booth with pamphlets too close to her, basically at the college. They were too close to her. And here's the exchange between her and these people.
What are you going to do, like anti-trans next? Is that what you're going to do next?
I mean, no, we're talking about abortion.
This is bullshit. This is violent. You're triggering my students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. Because you can't even have a fucking baby. So you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what this is. Get this shit the fuck out of here, yo.
She's tossed their podium things. Their stuff.
Their
merch.
She tossed the white guy's clipboard. This like scrawny white boy. It was just petrified. And then the pamphlets.
So she said that his existence was violence towards her, and then fucked up his table.
She was speaking for her students. She's saying, "You're triggering my students. You shouldn't be here." But really, she was the one being triggered. Right. So obviously. Now she was internet famous, right? And then so some New York Post reporters showed up at her door to accost her and ask her about the incident, maybe get a statement, and then this happens.
Oh yes, another reaction.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
Did you see it?
Slam the door on him.
Away from my door. Get the away from my door.
She's holding a machete to his neck.
Oh, damn! Pulled out a machete.
Yeah.
The old machete to the neck.
She's aggressive, you could say.
Then they follow. She follows them outside, as you can see from this dash cam video, and she begins chasing. She's still got the machete. She's in a hoodie. She begins chasing them around. The photographer's still taking pictures of her, which obviously pisses her off. And she's just chasing them around. There she goes.
She's chasing them too.
She's chasing the photographer down the street.
There's a skinny photographer getting chased.
That machete chick.
Man. Oh, man.
And then, okay, so yeah.
She's going after him because the bald guy didn't back down. And she's like, this guy's a pussy. So she's going after the photographer now.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want the pictures being taken. Anyway, you get the idea. But kudos to the photographer, Robert Miller, who got this photo as he was being chased.
He was running and snapping?
Yeah, he was running and snapping photos of
her. That's the one photo she didn't want taken. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Gripping the machete. Coming right.
Is that a crowbar? That looks like a crowbar.
That might be a crowbar this time.
That's a crowbar. The machete was at the office to the other
weapon
guy.
of some sort.
Yeah, this is like here's the machete picture where she's.
Oh no, that's a crowbar too. It's the same crowbar.
It says machete in the all the.
Well, it might be mislabeled by the New York Post for overreacting.
I think they're.
That looks like a machete.
Does it?
Definitely not a
blade?
crowbar.
Show me the blade.
All right.
I don't know. It's hard.
Tomato. Anyway, so Hunter College obviously fired her. She said she was going to chop up the guy. And
that's bad. That's bad tape. Yeah, it's got to go.
Bad tape.
If your employee is doing that at work, that's a pretty big liability. You'd say for the college.
Yeah,
pretty
machete or tire iron to the neck and then chasing. Either way,
that's so awesome. I love it when somebody screams that they're being attacked and then attacks somebody. That's one of my favorite moments.
It is machete. See.
Oh, it is a machete. Yeah, it's just she had two weapons, machete and a crowbar.
Thank you.
She switched to the tire iron.
Yeah.
People love to do that move, and it's one of my favorite things to see.
How many weapons does she have?
Yeah, a lot. She lives in the Bronx. She's got a few. Thank you, Eric. And that brings us to
the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop today is a terrible assassination attempt on President Joe Biden. A man.
Does it even qualify?
He's being charged.
I don't think so. No,
he's being charged with it. So a man, let's see, a man named Sai Varsith Kandula. He's 19 of Chesterfield, Missouri. Seen here. I'll do that. Looks like the picture. He's from Chesterfield, Missouri, and he's in deep shit for crashing a U-Haul into a barrier near the White House and is now facing some serious charges, including assault with a dangerous weapon, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, threatening to kill or harm the president, and destruction of federal property because the barrier was in Lafayette Park, which is, I guess, part of the presidential park and near the White House. Right. So also in the car with this maniac was a Nazi flag.
Was there a bomb in the car?
Nope.
How are you gonna assassinate the president?
He had no idea, Mark.
Have you not seen the video?
Yeah,
No.
I got the video for you.
He was going to drive the U-Haul straight into the Oval Office, buddy.
Straight through the Oval Office and
straight
run
in,
over?
clean in there.
Before I show you the video, according to the Daily Beast,
That would have been something.
This article by Kelly Wheel, a statement by a Secret Service officer with the arrest warrant states that Kandula told law enforcement about his admiration of Adolf Hitler, as I just showed you the Nazi flag. He told agents that he'd planned an attack on the White House for 6 months.
This is what he came up with. This is what he came up with in 6 months.
This is 6 months of extensive
Get my favorite flag. I'll put it in the U-Haul. Nothing else.
Grand idea.
And I'm going to drive straight into the Oval Office.
Yeah, 6 months. I think he was just trying to pick out which flag to bring. And then, so here's the video of
that's what took so long.
Of his 6-month plan. There's the U-Haul going 1 mile an hour.
There you go. Oh!
He didn't even...
Wait a minute.
He tried to go through the gate with a no start at all.
Wait a minute. So he got absolutely 0 inches into the gate.
Yeah, no, he got stopped by the gate.
That can't be assassination of the president. I'm sorry. That's
the gate has been tested.
He's a nut job, and maybe had he gotten close enough to the president, he might have tried something. But that cannot be called assassination, attempted assassination of the president. I'm sorry.
Those charges.
There's no chance.
And then that video is so funny.
Yeah, that's
like
he didn't even come. He had no guns on him. No.
People were laughing.
Did he have any guns on him, Wes?
No, he had no explosive, no guns. The only thing really that is making news that they found in the U-Haul was that Nazi flag because he admires Hitler. He told
he got nowhere, dude.
Empty U-Haul truck. Tried to run it into a fence that's definitely tested U-Haul truck grade.
Throwing a pointy paper airplane over the gate would have been more dangerous.
He bought a one-way ticket from Missouri to DC. He went straight to the
suicide
U-Haul.
mission.
He went straight to the U-Haul rental ship, and then from there he went straight to the White House.
How come he already had no momentum? Like, did he get cold feet there at the end?
You have to turn in between those light posts to get.
So it's a really narrow turn.
He had to make the turn.
He did it
and then
once
he tried
before,
to run it,
and then he backed up, and then he did it. So that guy started filming after the first one, I think. So he was like, "Damn, that guy's doing some crazy shit. I better film this." And then he got the second attempt, I believe. So, but I mean
he's the dumbest person of all time.
No,
a lot of people are saying like, could he possibly be this dumb, or is it like a stage thing, or is he just like?
No, he's insane. Will he's
listen to more being insane.
He's insane.
Because if you were going to stage something, wouldn't you stage something more impressive? This is so weak.
Yes, this is a one-man act.
This is the work of a madman. So he said that he wanted to seize power, and when asked how he would seize power, he answered, this is all to the police and Secret Service, he would kill the president if that's what I have to do and hurt anyone that would stand in my way. He also told Secret Service that he hoped to promote his plans for ruling the U.S., which he had written in a notebook, and I bet that's some notebook. And he said that the flag produced at the scene was a swastika, and he purchased it online because, quote, Nazis have a great history, and he admired Nazis due to their authoritarian nature, eugenics, and their one world order. And
that's also suspect. He buys the thing right before the thing. Wouldn't he own it if he looked up to it? It's weird.
He bought the flag. I don't know when prior, but he definitely
wanted a big flag. He might have had some other memorabilia, but he wanted one that fit in a big U-Haul.
It sounds like he got this one for this truck, right?
For this truck, yeah.
Just for this truck, yeah.
Because he wanted the, like to see only find that.
Yeah.
No. How can you try to even get in this guy's mind? Like, what is he doing?
He thought he was going to take over the White House and rule the United States.
Yeah, it's a pretty poor plan. I mean, you're going to need more than one U-Haul. One U-Haul and a Nazi flag to get that done. Did his notebook have anything about the, his backup plan?
They haven't divulged what's in the notebook yet.
I'd love to read the whole plan.
I'm sure it's ramblings. Step one was flying to Washington D.C., renting a U-Haul, and then after that, I don't think he had much of a plan.
If they can publish that and sell it on Amazon, I would absolutely buy his ramblings. Yeah. I'd spend upwards of $30 on that. Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to understand half of it.
Everybody keep your eyes out. Listeners, let us know if you find it. Because we need to see that.
I was going to touch on the Catholic Church again. Shocker. More than 450 clergy in Illinois sexually abused nearly 2,000 women children since 1950.
Women.
Children since 1950.
Women's children.
Just it's just another investigation that uncovers the hells of what goes on in the Catholic Church. And if they do it state by state, the exact same thing will be produced. Same
Illinois
as it was in Spain.
Illinois just decided to do it this time.
Yeah, exactly. So any state that does this is going to see it. So, but what sucks is the statute of limitations. A lot of these guys aren't going to face any jail time. Maybe they should change the statute of limitation on pedophilia and child abuse. Might be a good idea.
Yeah, these reports seem to come out 30 years too late.
Yeah, they do.
Everything always seems to come up Catholic Church,
Yeah.
Yep.
The Catholic Church is like, and Illinois, go.
like Canada last year, that didn't even make a dent.
No, it didn't.
Yep. And that was insanely tragic.
Yeah.
That was a
lot of indigenous kids just killed. Yeah.
That was like the Kenya cult level tragic.
Yeah, which is now at like 200 bodies.
Kind of like the indigenous folks in Canada.
That was more like 2 to 20,000 bodies, but yeah.
Any other organization does half of what the Catholic Church has done. It's banned everywhere, but it's not. Anyway, that's the cup of coffee, which was brought to you by Fume. Am I saying that right? Fume.
Not even close.
Okay.
Umlaut over the U.
Fume. Cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there's a better way to break your bad habits. You don't have to go to an Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume, and they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? And Fume is an innovative, award-nominated device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Will's using his right now. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. How does that taste, Will?
Fantastic.
Delicious?
Minty, fresh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like a fidget spinner. You can breathe fresh, delicious, minty, peppery, or fruity air through right at your desk.
And you can give someone a smooch with that fresh mint breath.
Yeah, it smells good.
Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your Fume comes with adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. You can spin the bottom like Will's doing right now. You can hear it. Put new flavors in a snap. Pretty nifty device for keeping your hands and mouth busy. So stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com, that's TRYFUM.com, and use code HARDFACTOR to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. Tryfume.com, use code HARDFACTOR to save an additional 10% off your order today.
That's right. Some oral bad habits make your breath smell bad, unlike Fume. Of course, I'm talking about drinking Bud Lights. Today's show is also brought to you, or is brought to you, I should say, by BetterHelp. With recent developments in my life, I've come to the conclusion that I don't spend enough time on myself in a given week. How about you guys? You've been getting a bunch of spa days in lately?
No. I'm very thankful for BetterHelp because that's the only self-help I do.
There you go. Well, we've got to take care of ourselves, fellas and ladies out there listening. It's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you, and never, you never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. But when we spend all of our time giving, it can leave us feeling stretched thin and burned out. So therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. And therapy isn't just beneficial for people that have experienced major trauma. It is, of course, but it's beneficial for everyone, as it's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give Betterhelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapist anytime for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hardfactor today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor.
Okay, fantastic service.
Yes, it is. So quick update to a story from a recent Which One's Worse. Do you remember? Let me find this guy's picture. I think I have him in here, or maybe not. Yes. Do you remember LaShawn Thompson, the 35-year-old Georgia man who was found dead in a disgusting jail cell in Atlanta that was riddled with bed bugs and God knows what else?
Bug death.
Yeah. He was eaten alive and infested with bed bugs after a 1 or 2 night maximum stay in a psych cell after being picked up for misdemeanor. He kind of like threw a fit and they're like, oh, this guy's insane. And they threw him in the psych ward, even though it was like a very minor thing they picked him up for. And then they left him there to die. Well, that story was bad, as we know. And Colin Kaepernick, ever heard of him? Also caught wind of the story, and he ended up paying for an independent autopsy as the Fulton County medical examiner, that's the jail medical examiner, listed the cause of death as undetermined or red flag.
Bed bugs.
Definitely not bed bugs.
Undetermined. Yeah.
That's my bed bug.
Biggest red flag possible. He didn't want to not put blame on where it was, but he just didn't want to get fired or whatever. Right. So obviously that was not a good sign. And lo and behold, the independent coroner determined the cause of death was from dehydration, malnutrition, severe body insect infestation, and untreated decompensated schizophrenia. I don't even know what that last part means, but they said it wasn't a heart attack or anything he did to himself to harm himself, and ruled it a homicide.
Damn.
Well, crazy.
I mean, putting the blame squarely on the Fulton County prison guards.
It was a fucking homicide. They let that guy in there to fucking be eaten like an animal.
I mean, it was before that too, right? Like it's just
they were trying to say undetermined. He could have hurt himself, maybe freaked out, panic attack,
getting out of a lawsuit
heart attack.
Before.
Yeah. They were trying to leave it open to the fact that it could have been something he did to himself to freak himself out and die.
So he's pursuing charges against the Fulton County.
Now the family can pursue charges with this information and stuff like that. I mean, they could have probably before, but this is a bullet
next
to the
step.
Right. So no surprise there, but just an update. Now on to something a little more fun. Oh, you got something for it, Will?
No, I was just saying, you can't be killed by bed bugs. So obviously the dude was abused.
Yeah. Well, no, you can be killed by bed bugs if they eat your heart. Like that guy was.
Yeah.
Right.
You would have to be in a situation where that could be allowed to happen to you, though.
Right. Yes, it was bad. Now on to something a little more fun. How about immortality and reversing the aging process? Fuck you, Father Time, right?
Yeah.
Undefeated until now, right?
Wes is already doing it with the metformin a little bit.
That's true. Wes is about to get his dick sucked by the doctor. He's going to be so young.
You look incredible.
Yeah. Meet 45-year-old tech billionaire and Father Time's worst enemy, Tom Hiddleston. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's 45-year-old tech billionaire Brian Johnson, but he does look like Loki, doesn't he?
A little bit. Yeah.
I mean, here, you tell me which one's which, Tom Hiddleston or Brian Johnson.
Well,
you can't.
Brian Johnson's more ripped.
Well, you'll hear why in a second. Brian Johnson is more ripped. Johnson, who has a net worth of over $500 million, not quite a billionaire, is now fully invested in his current endeavor, Project Blueprint. And because he has enough money for several lifetimes, he wants to spend it and enjoy it for several lifetimes, which is why Project Blueprint is all about reversing aging and living forever. Okay. So Johnson's spending what he's saying is north of $2 million a year in procedures and medical expenses to reverse the aging process and get his body to be the body of an 18-year-old's permanently. He wants to stay at the fitness level and like, heart rate and everything of an 18-year-old for the rest of his life, which will be 300 years, he thinks. He takes over 20 supplements a day, takes several angled pictures of his shits. He has over 33,000 turd pics. He measures his erections per day and how full they are. He he eats exactly 1,977 calories a day. Yeah, he's meticulous to say the least, as he wakes up at 5 a.m. every day to cuck father time and only eats a strict vegan diet and works out and does all that stuff.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Well, no. If you do that for 300 years, that would suck.
Yeah, this is just like that guy that I just filmed. All these millionaires.
Oh yeah, the guy with all the gear.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who he is, but he's got a podcast, so it'll be out eventually. But he had like
he Brian Johnson?
No, he wasn't Brian Johnson, but very similar story. And he was talking about like getting injections of like
plasma, huh?
Yeah, like all kinds of shit, weird stuff. What gene therapy?
Steroids?
Not steroids, but like expensive stuff.
And
HGH.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Platelets and red blood cells and all.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you can get all kinds of stuff, but I mean,
he had all these biometric chambers in his house. He had like all these weird like devices, and he had like this chest of drawers that was just little drawers, and it was just supplements, like hundreds of them that he would take every day.
He's in the same exact group of people.
Yes.
That are trying to live forever. They're trying to reverse aging. They think
ultra rich vampires.
They think they can do it. Exactly.
Wannabe vampires.
Brian Johnson's not only getting help from several around the clock doctors on his payroll, but he's even taking matters into his own hands, inventing things to make his body younger, like this device for his abs.
Ooh.
Developing an anti-aging protocol. Today I'm going to show you the machine I use that allows me to do the equivalent of 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes time. I've set the machine to 100% and 15, so it's the max level. This is definitely not something you want to start with. What it feels like is it's pulling your entire stomach out. It's like ripping it out. Strap it on. I thought I would be terribly sore after doing this, but actually I'm not. Surprisingly, it's not. But I will say that my midsection has never been stronger in my entire life, and it has substantially changed how I feel athletically.
This asshole. 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. You don't even need to do anything. I'm starting to smell scam.
Yeah, they had these in the 20s too. Remember those like machines? They would like
they
like rub your ass. And
well, you can even get them just to sit at your desk with. They got those little they'll shock you all day.
It looks like he put a smoke detector in a elastic band, and he's got like a computer making machine noises in the background.
Does he sell those machines?
Bullshit. He's about to. Will is clearly about to. Look at that. I think he's blowing some smoke up our ass. Is what he's doing with the smoke machine. I'd like to see the receipts on how much he's spent in this infomercial pyramid scheme he's about to pull on us. Does 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes for just 4 easy payments.
What a
$24.99.
What a claim. 20,000.
You don't have to do anything.
How can you quantify 20,000 sit-ups?
You can't. That's just a number that sells to idiots that don't want to work out.
He's laying perfectly still. He's not moving at all. Not going to sweat at all. So how is it possibly the same as 20,000 sit-ups?
He's got it at the max setting, and he's claiming it feels like it's ripping out his stomach, but he didn't even make a noise. At least wince, you idiot.
It actually felt great.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be tough, but I'm so tough that it actually felt great. Look at my abs.
He seems like a con artist to me. Anyways, he's also dragging his dad and son into the schemes. That's 70-year-old father Richard, 17-year-old son Talmadge, and 45-year-old Brian. What he does is they swap blood plasma in a several hour-long procedure, like every week or month. He drags him to a doctor out there in Dallas, and his son gets a liter of blood removed and converted via machine into a batch of liquid plasma, then a batch of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Then Brian undergoes the same procedure and then has an additional procedure where his son's plasma is injected directly into his veins since he's much younger. Richard then goes last and receives Brian's plasma in the veins after making room for the fluids by having his own blood drained. So they're insane.
The father and son are helping him with this. Well, I guess it's because he's got all the money.
Yeah, he pays for everything. Yeah. So you have to go do the plasma thing with dad and son.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's a nut job, isn't he? He made his fortune founding Braintree Payment Solutions, which he sold for $800 million, and is now trying to defeat the Grim Reaper with his aging reversal project that I mentioned earlier. And he's also currently the CEO of Colonel Holding SA, which is the largest producer of sunflower oil to the Ukraine. I'm sure all the money is accounted for at that company.
That is a weird combination of businesses.
That's just a money laundering company.
His face, he needs to do some work on his face, because if you look at the look at
what?
Look at his, I mean, his body.
The largest producer of sunflower oil specifically to the Ukraine.
Sounds fake.
From the US. What are we talking about here? Don't buy this guy's 20,000 sit-up thing. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
he's like a real life Loki.
He's an American Psycho.
Yeah.
What if Loki made it here from the multiverse, Wes?
Yeah,
that would upset you.
Loki's way better looking than this guy. His face is so weird. Like
the face is.
Loki could use his body, but Tom Hiddleston's got a much better face. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh, you mean Loki's face? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he needs to do some face ups.
He's dollar store Loki. Face ups.
Yeah, how come he doesn't invest just a little bit in plastic surgery? I mean,
now that you got the body down.
Yeah. I mean, if I had all that cash, I think I'd go the easy route, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. So I think he just works out a lot, and I don't think that machine works. I think he does. I think he does a lot of sit-ups and gets up at 5 a.m., goes on jogs, and eats vegan food. And I don't think he's doing 20,000 sit-ups with that smoke detector machine.
He's doing something. We got to keep our eyes on that.
He's in great shape, but he's just in great shape. He's about to make millions off of selling a bullshit machine.
He looks every day of 45 in the face. Let's be honest.
His face doesn't look that young. Wes is right. I mean, it's what throws a hole in his entire thing. Yeah, also, I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if you guys saw when he showed off his abs after the machine. You can't help, even if you're super fit. Your skin gets a little loose when you're older, right?
But look at this picture. This is the picture he wants you to see of his abs. Look how not loose that is.
Right, but that's the one where he's been letting him stretch out for a little bit. Right after he took the machine off, you could see his stomach skin hanging off his abs a little bit. It's because he's older.
He's in such good shape. He doesn't have a belly button. It's closed.
Yeah.
What's Eric showing us here?
Tech mogul Brian Johnson, who spends $2 million a year for 18-year-old body, cheated and dumped fiance after she got breast cancer. Holy shit.
This guy's a real piece of work.
That's from this year. That's from a couple months ago.
Don't trust this guy. Yeah. I don't even know how rich he is. Like, honestly, I smell George Santos style all over this guy.
Maybe so, but his dad and son are in on it. It's interesting.
Well, they just are doing whatever he tells them to give them money.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point.
Sure he's wealthy, but I think he's the guy from The Simpsons. What are we selling? Monorail. When do we want it? Now.
Yeah.
Don't buy this guy's monorail.
No, seems dangerous.
Yeah.
It's an electric shocker that he's putting on you, and he just dumped his wife with breast cancer.
This doesn't do 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. I promise you. I promise you it doesn't do it.
Doesn't seem likely. No. Doesn't seem likely. All right, guys. Any more on that on Brian Johnson, or are we ready to move on to small town politics?
Small town.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And thanks to listener Mike for sending this gem in from the Ozarks. So it's going to get dirty down there in Missouri. And as we warm up for the larger election season, the primaries, presidential primaries, Senate, Congress, all this stuff, it's good to take a look at the smaller races to see what the trends are, around the country as we heat up, for the 2023, the end of this year in 2024. And I've got a recent mayoral race for the ages that you guys definitely need to know about. But it all starts back, and it just happened recently. The race did, and I'll tell you who won. But it all starts back in December 2022 at the Pit Stop Liquor Store in Houston, Missouri, that's partially owned by Mayor Willie Walker of Houston, Missouri. And his notoriety went way up after this video of a drunken incident at his liquor store that he's a partial owner of caught media attention. And the video starts, guys. It's a very long video. It's like 20, 30 minutes long. And I've condensed it here. It's a body cam footage. And it starts with the Officer Jordan, I believe, walking into the Pit Stop liquor store and gas station because he was called by somebody inside the store that there was a belligerent drunk man in there. And let's just let the body cam footage tell you the rest. Getting out of his car. And he's headed over to the gas station.
Correlated to be belligerently drunk, yeah.
Drunk guy's car is parked there, right in front of the door.
4:30. 4:30.
It's right down here.
Hold on. You're not going anywhere. They're right there. You got a camera that shows him driving up?
Not Garrett from Iowa?
I don't know how to work it.
Okay, but do you have one? Okay. I need to talk to you real quick.
Okay, drunk guy. He's got the bathroom key attached to a rule.
Here, let me see that ruler.
I gotta go bathroom.
Yeah, but
I gotta poop.
okay, you can hold on.
No way he said that.
So, here's the situation. I got a call, stated that they believe that you be intoxicated. Okay. Have you had anything to drink today?
No.
No?
Nope.
Nah, nothing to drink today?
Unbelievable.
No.
No. What you
Nope.
Nope. Okay, because you kind of seem like your eyes are a little watery, kind of glassy, a little bit bloodshot. Is that your car out front?
Yep.
It is?
Yep.
Would you mind taking a breathalyzer test for me?
No.
You won't?
Nope.
You won't?
I've been driving.
You haven't been driving, so when you pull that camera up there, it's not going to show you driving that motor vehicle?
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to need you to do, bud. I'm trying to work with you here and help me out. So, you've been drinking?
No.
Okay, so they stated they seen you drive up here. You're intoxicated. I'm not going to allow you to.
Who said I drove it?
Sir, I'm not going to tell you who. I'm just telling you what I've observed.
Okay.
Okay. Will you be willing to take some tests for me to allow you to operate your motor vehicle? I'm going to detain you right now. You're not under arrest, but I'm going to detain you until I can find out if you've operated that motor vehicle up here.
I didn't do nothing, man.
Quad car.
You drove your car up here drunk, and I'm going to go back there and review those cameras.
I didn't drive up
Sir, you are obviously intoxicated.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. Take a step back.
Not as bad as I can get.
Okay, but you still are. Correct. Go have a seat right there for me. Again, you're not under arrest right now. You're being detained while I investigate this.
What?
For driving while underneath the influence of alcohol.
I'm not driving.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to step in that vehicle, or I'm going to arrest you for not doing it. I'm give you a lawful order.
Pants.
Sir, your pants are fine. Step in the vehicle.
I got to get my pants pulled up.
You don't have anything?
God damn, pull my pants up.
Your britches are up. You're good. Now get in the vehicle.
This guy's the best.
Sir, sit in the vehicle. Is there anybody you can call to get the camera?
So he's investigating.
He's the mayor or the candidate?
No, we haven't seen him yet.
Because they're doing whatever. I called Jeremy a while ago. I could call Carla and see if Willie could come up.
That'd be great.
This is
I
the
really
mayor's gas
appreciate
station.
She's ripping a heater outside by the gas.
Oh yeah, right
I called
by the
Jeremy
right
and he
by
was
the
like,
pump.
take his number,
He
and if
works
he can
there.
wait till first thing in the morning, he says, I'll get
No,
it done.
I
And
need.
I was like,
So I
don't
need it
think
tonight.
they're gonna wait.
No, I need it tonight.
So he
I
needs the
can't arrest
video
him on a suspicion without
of the
having
drunk guy
the.
driving.
Oh, he scared the shit out of me. I'm so glad
Did
he
he?
came in when
Did
he
you
did.
see him when he came in?
Absolutely. He's awful.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't-
he's.
can't
he's
talk about-
He just got
blood
out of
test from the
county,
station?
something, I don't know.
Okay.
So there they are.
Well, he was last
Well,
night.
They would, but here's another officer and the
Hey,
mayor,
Andy.
Willie Walker.
Here comes
showing
the
up.
mayor.
He's drunk as hell. Could you watch him on my passenger side? Make sure you don't try and kick out my window or something. Thanks.
I just arrested him yesterday. He was drunk yesterday, too.
Was he? That's what he was saying, but I need to review the camera. She stated he did come in, so as long as I can see it, I'm gonna take him.
Was he on
Thanks.
rollover minutes?
Guy, he's drunk. I need to see the camera.
There's the mayor.
This
Willie
drunk guy.
Walker.
It's cool.
cameras aren't for you guys. No.
Okay.
Ever.
Oh,
Okay.
the mayor doesn't cooperate with the police.
So,
These are private cameras.
right. So,
Okay, I want it in writing that you even requested that.
okay, I can give it to you, Willie, and we're riding. That's fine. I mean,
You're fucking done, dude. I'll tell you
You're
right
fucking
now.
done,
I'll
dude.
fucking handle your ass.
okay, dude.
No, okay, dude, nothing. I've had it with your fucking ass. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
Okay, so what I
What
got?
are you doing here in this parking lot?
Your
With a lip.
lady called me and said that you got a drunk guy here getting ready to leave. So to keep a guy from getting on the road,
Pretty simple.
Come down here, found him. He's drunk.
Yep.
So keep him from getting in
Your
the
employee
vehicle.
was terrified of a drunk guy.
I'm asking to see if I can see the cameras to prove that he drove up here.
No, we're not doing that.
I would never do that for any citizen. These are private cameras, okay? I'm not with people getting watched all the time or any of that stuff.
And you sit across the road over here for a day for an hour and 15 minutes watching my place.
As a business
I'm not
owner,
watching. I'm running traffic. He's even asked me to do said thing.
To watch traffic. As a business owner, nobody's going to come and buy anything from the liquor store if the cop's sitting across there.
Good point.
It's not good for business.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
One good point.
All right.
You're a liar. You said she called the cops, and she did not call the cops.
I did not call the cops.
Okay.
So you're a fucking liar.
Sir, I'm going to tell you to
Get
calm
the
down.
fuck out of here.
Sir,
Fuck you. Get out of here.
Sir,
Go.
stop. Sir, stop.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of you.
Sir,
You lied about that.
You fucking lied.
I didn't lie about nothing.
She didn't fucking call you.
You said she called. You just said that.
She called or somebody called.
You need to leave
Get
here.
the fuck out of here. Don't ever pull back on this parking lot again. I told you that with one business. I'm telling you with this one.
I'm telling you as a business owner, politely, you need to leave here.
Yeah.
We're going to go.
Up with these two.
Cops getting bitched.
Yeah,
That was co-owner Jeremy Foster.
Andy, will you get his keys?
We got
Get the fuck out of here. Get in your car and get the fuck out of here.
Hey, right now I'm here lawfully for an investigation.
No, you're not on my property.
Yes, I am.
Because no one calls you. Get
All
out of
right,
here.
I'm going to call the chief.
Andy, I want to go.
Do you want the car removed?
He's
No,
the owner.
leave the car there.
He's kicking him off the property.
You need the car?
Huh?
Do you need the car?
No.
Okay. He said he's fine with it there, so.
Okay.
They're going to leave the drunk guy's car. Now they're dealing with the drunk guy.
All right, bud. Hold up. Check it out.
What the fuck was that about? Holy shit. What was that about?
It's whatever. So here's the deal. Again, like I said, you're not being under arrest, okay? I'll detain you.
About?
Will you listen to me for a second so I can get this done?
So drunk.
Wow.
Again.
That guy was a fucking
I know.
dick.
We're going to take care of that later on down the road. That's okay. Now listen to me. Hey, listen to me, bud.
What?
Here's the situation. I'm not placing you underneath arrest, okay? I didn't observe you driving the motor vehicle, okay? The lady up there did say you were driving it, okay?
Right.
So here's what I'm going to do.
This guy's going to get away.
You can walk out of here, okay?
Yes.
I'm not going to place you under arrest. You're not getting in that car, though. If you get in that car, you are going to go to jail. You understand?
The owner said he's fine with the vehicle being there, okay? So you ain't got to worry about getting towed.
Okay.
But, Jeff, you're going to get stopped and get charged with DWI if you get in the car because obviously you've been drinking, all right? We can smell it. We can tell by talking to you. You've been drinking, all right?
All right, I'll come
Don't get in the
clean.
car.
I like that guy. He's a nice guy.
You good?
He's a super
hop
nice
on up.
guy. Well,
Turn around for me.
I guess I'll have to walk home. How can you let a guy talk to you like that?
So, we're not letting that. It's going to be addressed and taken care of.
I mean, son of a bitch. I'd whipped that motherfucker's ass.
Well.
I mean, I'd have tore him out of the flame. Hey.
He's not wrong.
Take me to where he's at, and I'll take care of it.
I appreciate that, sir. So, again, I need
I'll
you to...
go over there and whip him.
That was amazing.
That's Jeff right there. The drunk guy is Jeff. I did not want to look up his last name because I did not want to ruin this moment for Jeff and us.
Yeah.
Because
we got to
just remember Jeff like this.
Jeff at the end is like the most reasonable guy. He's like, what was that about? That guy's a dick. I wouldn't let him talk to me like that.
Jeff speaks for everybody. It's the best clip of all time. The drunk guys.
The voice of reason at the end. Yeah.
By far the most reasonable. And guys, you'll be happy to know that things have corrected their course since the incident. After the incident, Police Chief Brad Evans of Houston, Missouri, who is still the police chief today, commended Officer Jordan, who is also still a patrolman in Houston, Missouri. Nice. And Mayor Willie Walker went on to unsuccessfully try and impeach a city council member in January. And then he lost his mayoral reelection in April, on April 4th, by a whopping 42% in a three-person race.
You
so
and
that's
your
getting your
dickhead
ass
partner can suck it.
Oh, yeah. And I'd like to be the first to congratulate new mayor of Houston, Missouri, local high school teacher, Vicky Naranchik,
Oh,
and
I chaps that dude's ass so much he lost to a chick.
High school teacher. I say the first to congratulate because it's pretty hard to even Google if she won, but it is official. I've looked at the town rules and everything. The guy with the insane asshole friend who together owned the Pit Stop gas station liquor store in Houston, Missouri, is thankfully no longer the mayor because that video proved he should.
If that's your buddy, you shouldn't be the mayor.
Yeah.
That was an incredible video.
Yeah.
When the listener said it in this morning, I was like, God, it's a long video, but I gotta do it. This is one of the best videos I've ever fucking seen.
It's amazing.
The drunk dude Jeff is the best.
Jeff and the dickhead guy. Get the
whole
fuck
thing.
out of here.
Such a roller coaster of emotions the entire time.
You lied. Like he caught him in a lie. Like
yeah, but clearly somebody from the store, whether it was an employee or a customer.
Yeah, someone called him over there, and then she's like, she's on camera being like, "Thank God you got here when you did. You scaring me." Like,
right, yeah, and also like, they looked so fucked up. The owners when they came in,
they came in drunk. I'm sure. Yeah. Well, the one guy had to have been drunk. The screaming guy had to have.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, but justice has been served. New mayor, Vicky Naranchik. Congratulations.
Great story, Will.
Thanks, guys. And great stories all around today. Let's pull up the wheel to see who does a cup of coffee tomorrow. There we go. Ooh, back to Will.
Nice.
All right. I'll have your coffee for you tomorrow. Don't forget, leave Apple 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. If you want to hear them read back during the High Five on Friday's show, leave a voicemail at 512-270-1480 if you want to hear that back on Friday's show. Leave some funny comments on our social media where you should follow us at Hard Factor News everywhere because we put those up. Also answer the polls on Spotify, answer the questions if you watch on Spotify. Thank you for listening. Most of all, that's first and foremost. But do those things if you want to hear them in the High Five. Dave Storms, live internet comment says stem cells.
Is that what you're thinking of, Wes?
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave Storms. And most importantly, everybody get out there and have yourself a great fucking day.